What's up, guys? It's Green Zephyr. As you may or may not know, I am almost to 13,000 subscribers, which is my favorite number, and I'm near 5 million views total. So this video will be celebrating that, even though it's going to come out a little bit before then. But anyway, this is going to be me reviewing and looking at all 16 Jurassic World Dominion Lego dinosaurs, plus one of the eggs from the set. Even though it's the same as all the others, but anyway. And so we'll be taking a look at all 16 dinosaurs from the Jurassic World Dominion sets from this year. And we'll go from smallest to largest, at least somewhat arrange that order. Anyway, so we'll start. Here we have an egg, which is just a typical egg. There are some different colored ones. There's blue ones. There's more tan ones. But anyway, that's the typical egg. And I'll move that over to the other side. Then we have 3 baby dinosaurs. This one comes in the poly bag. And this is just like the ones from other years, like 2018 with the Fallen Kingdom sets, and then the Camp Cretaceous sets in 2021. I think some of the 2020 sets too, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, there's been a lot of this guy. So this is just another duplicate. Then we have the second baby dinosaur, which is in the Atrociraptor set for $20. And so here we have this guy. He has a little bit of purple and white on top, and then the same color orange here. Then our third one, we have the green and red one. So it's got like a teal, dark green, and then kind of a maroon. Same on both sides. And this is also brand new. It's in the same set, the Atrociraptor set, for $20. Then next we have Beta, which is Blue's baby. So this is a brand new piece. So we have both feet are separated, so they're separate instead of being conjoined like the baby dinosaurs. The arms are also separate, which is pretty cool. They made this figure about twice as big as the others in terms of mass anyway, I don't know. And then it has the classic blue stripe because it's Blue's baby. It has some little whitish tan lines there. And then the head is asymmetrical. You can see on this side there's no blue over the eye. On this side there is. And that's the same as blue in the Dominion sets, whereas all the other blues from previous sets are all symmetrical and very weirdly colored. Then next we have the first Atrociraptor with a movable jaw, and that's the only piece that moves. And then it's the whole top half is rubber, so basically where this orange line goes, the whole top half is rubber here. You can see that in the bendable tail. And then we have the stud on top, studs on the bottom so it can like attach onto a base plate. And then it can hold things with this hand here. And the eyes are a little bit too far forward, but apparently they're all printed like that, at least on this Atrociraptor, which is kind of annoying because Ghost has the eyes farther back, which looks better. I just don't like. From the front, it doesn't look too bad, but from the side, it's just gross. From the back, it's also kind of cool. You can see the narrower neck and the wider head, which is pretty cool. It is some nice coloration on there, too, with the patterns. I like how they're designed on here. That's pretty cool. But they didn't paint the claws. They didn't paint the claws or the teeth. They're just the same color as the part that was attached to it. Then next we have the second Atrociraptor. Well, oh, and I should mention the other one is from the T-Rex and Atrociraptor set for $80. So here's the second one. This one was the $20 set, And it has white teeth, white claws, and then the maroon pattern over the white body. I really love how the pattern looks. Like if you look at this from even the side or the top, I really love the spots here. And then what's cool is like it looks like claw marks over the face, which is pretty cool. And then once again, it has the piece where it can hold something here, the rubber here, and then this pieces on the bottom and top to attach other Lego parts onto it. Then we have a exact reprint duplicate Dilophosaurus, and there has already been one identical to this, which is annoying because they could have made it look slightly different. I understand keeping the same body shape so it's smaller, but like they definitely could have made it brand new and like I don't know, like gray or something, or just totally different though. They did not. It's identical to the other one. Rubber tail. This part's rubber up here too, stopping right about here. This one does have painted claws and teeth, which is nice, and has the little groove on the mouth, crest on the head, the frill, and then set on top. The feet are set up slightly different. They're not as hollow as the Atrociraptors were. And then once again has a movable jaw. It'd be kind of cool if they set up a feature where it could Iron Man, the Lego Iron Man, where it has like the thing you push on his arm and it shoots the little blaster thing off of his arm, out of his hand. And that would be cool if they had some way to do that into a larger Dilophosaurus so it could shoot venom. That'd be pretty cool. But so far we don't have that, unfortunately. Then we have Pyroraptor with a movable jaw, and then the rest is solid. Now this is technically by definition not a Lego dinosaur. At least, well, it's not Lego dinosaur. Because technically, while it is made by Lego, one of two things have to be true to make it a Lego dinosaur until this one was made. It either had to have painted claws or teeth, didn't have to be both, or it had to have rubber on some part of the body. And this Pyroraptor broke that entire rule because there is no rubber and there is no painted claws or teeth. The teeth are the same orange as the body. Claws are obviously not painted. The thing I hate is the arms are just not even hollow. It looks really horrible here. Like that just looks so weird to have the non-hollow on the arm. I don't know. It's not appealing. I don't know. But anyway, we have the new feathered look with the nice blue on the tail, and then the red kind of paint here, the light red. So I have feathers here, the crest on the head of feathers, and then some whitish yellow eyes. And then we have some like little brown spots, which are feathers too. Little feathers painted on there. Then the stud on top, which doesn't show up on the original box, but I think they fixed it now, at least for the set images. Feet are hollow, and it does not stand up well at all. You just set it up, and it falls over. Like even when I try, half the time it falls over the tiniest tap, and it goes over. The Atrociraptors and Dilophosaurus aren't that sensitive. Okay, next we have blue in this set, which is the same body form as the other raptors from all previous years. Velociraptors. This year we have two new kinds of raptors, and they're smaller. Anyway, the asymmetrical head, this side does not have the stripe going all the way, and this side does. It goes over the eye. Then the same as with Beta, it has the tannish markings on the body and legs, the blue stripe going across the length of the body onto the tail, rubber tail, and then painted claws, painted teeth. All the parts on here are movable. Other than this, looks like it moves, but it doesn't. But any Lego person knows that. Head swivels, obviously. 4 studs on top, and the feet are more convenient. It stays on whatever you stick it on pretty well. And if you wanted to, you can like attach a pteranodon up here, have like wings or I don't know, something cool. Anyway, that's blue, and I'm glad they did this because all the other sets, like we had the teal and dark green one, then we had the tan and teal one. All I wanted ever since the first one came out was a gray blue. And here we go. This is the accurate one. Although it should have been maybe a little darker blue, but we're good. I like it. Man, my cat is so sad. He wants love. Here we have the blue pteranodon. So this is a brand new coloration of the pteranodon, but it's obviously not a new dinosaur. So this set was $20, and I forgot to mention the blue set was $30. Pyroraptor was $40, and the Dilophosaurus came in the same set, so also $40. Okay, so here's the pteranodon. Let me fold up the wings so I can move it closer. Okay, dark blue bottom beak, and then the top beak, of course, can move up and down. And it has these nice yellow eyes, a small nose hole. The first one didn't even have one, and I mean the brown one from 2011. And then the second one had a really big nose hole. The green ones had smaller. It just, I like it like that. It's fine. Then we have the dark blue on the wings. It's obviously not symmetrical. It's either a misprint or I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, it has feet for grabbing onto things. Two stud, you can attach two stud plates on here. Stick something under there. It has four on top. You can stick things to. Little fingers on the wings. Here's the underside of the wings. You can see the hollowness here on the legs. You can see like knee. Here, there's the knee. It's pretty cool. A tiny little tail here. So there's the Pteranodon from this year's sets. Then next we have Quetzalcoatlus, which I have to move all the way back here. Maybe I can move this up. Give me a second. Okay. Quetzalcoatlus. This is very inconvenient, but so this one has a foot wingspan. It is really big. The back feet can fit a stud. Well, can fit anything that the humans can hold. And same with the pteranodon. So it can fit bars, fish, all sorts of things in there. Even a gun or something, which is kind of cool. But pretty much anything that has that, well, anything that has the ability to be held by a human minifigure, yeah, it can put that there as long as it fits in there, in between the gap. So like, I don't think a crab fits just because the feet curve up here, but other things, yeah, they would. So the wings are swivelable. They can swivel like this to flap. They can go forward and back completely around here, which is really weird, but it's cool. What I do is fold them back and go like this, and I just set it like this sometimes for storage because it takes up less space. You can also, how did I do it? Oh, if you go like this, it is, give me a second. This is the slightly accurate way it would walk, other than the hand would be on the ground and this would be folded up like that. But it's, I don't know, it's convenient enough that it can do this. It's kind of cool. And of course the beak is able to open and close. Yeah. It has a crest on top of the head with some blue paint there. And then some feather designs here. Orange underneath the eye, which is blue. We have the beak, which has 3 colors on it. The white and the gray and the orange. You open it up. The top is white. Bottom is just one solid orange piece. We have this gold coloration on the wings with some spots and stuff. We have 8 pieces on the back to attach things onto. And 2 on the belly, same as the pteranodon, but it has twice as much space on the back. And then going forwards, it is almost as long as a T-Rex, actually. It is a really big Lego creature. I'm really happy with it. It's probably my favorite out of this year's sets. Like, it's just really awesome. Anyway, and then we have here is the whole thing. Let me hold it like that. There. That is the entire Quetzalcoatlus. And yeah, it is really big. My hands are 8 inches long. And you can see this Quetzalcoatlus here. Pretty big. Okay. Next we have the Triceratops, which they should have just made in the Pseudoceratops, but I understand they didn't want to because they made so many new pieces already for this wave. Same Triceratops as the other two sets that have it. We have 6 studs on top. The tail is not movable. It's not rubber. The horns are rubber, and they move. And same with the beak and the third horn here. We have the frill, which has scars on it and bony plates coming out. We have the cheekbone here, which in the Pentaceratops Lego, it has that spike instead. More scars on the leg and the back. This side doesn't have any scars on it, other than the head, of course, but I mean the body doesn't have any. Painted back claws, not on the front. Then we have the like deepened like eyebrow going on there with the yellowish eye color. You can see in the mouth it's like a little tongue, which is kind of cool. And of course this can also attach a bar or anything holdable by minifigure. You can stick that in there too. And there we have Triceratops with new coloration. Then we have a Tyrannosaurus Rex. So this is the Triceratops is in a $40 set. Okay, so this Tyrannosaurus Rex is in a $50 4+ set, and the coloration at first I'm like, yeah, that's gross, but it's also like unique. I kind of like it. It's like it shows up differently on camera, but like if you look on the, if I put this closer, you can see on the inside of the feet, that's more the color it actually is, whereas on camera it makes the rest of it too light. It's not actually that light. It's more like neon, more glow in the dark color, that kind of green. We have the same arms as the others, like it's the exact same T-Rex. We have painted claws on feet and arms. We have this coloration on the back, this patterning with like some kind of, honestly, like fire. Like some fire if you turn it upside down. It's kind of cool. The tail, we have the rubber here, and it of course stops being painted up here because they get lazy and don't like painting all the way down. Stripes on the sides. We have a jaw that opens with one click and closes with one click. So it's like a normal bite. The Indominus Rex head has a double click, and the reason that is just like in the movie when it was when it dislocated its jaw to eat the gyrosphere. That's the reason the Lego one has 2 clicks, because the first one is normal, and then when it opens more, it's like dislocating its jaw basically. So I can show that in a little bit with a Giganotosaurus. Anyway, we have the head from the front. It has very large eyebrow area. The brows are huge and indented on where the eye is. We have the eye in there in that little pit. And then we have the nose. And we have painted white teeth. And some more patterning on the head. And then we have some like lighter spots here and here. And then next we have Rexy with a brand new coloration for Rexy. So we got 2 T-Rexes this wave, and this one is in the $80 Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Velociraptor set. So this one is actually identical to this one, except different coloration. So it has all the same features, and when you look at them side by side, they're identical. You can see the pattern is exactly the same on both of them. which is interesting. But yeah, and then we have 4 studs on top. We have the feet, which can attach onto things. The arms are capable of holding, once again, anything that minifigures can. And I can store something in its mouth here, and then close the jaw. And of course we have the clicking, movable feet, movable arms. The tail can twist around, but it doesn't need to. There's Rexy and the other T-Rex. Then we have the Tyrannosaurus, which is technically 3 brand new pieces. We have both arms and then the head. The jaw, if you haven't noticed, is actually the exact same jaw that's on the Velociraptors, which is kind of funny, but they didn't need a new jaw because they purposefully made it so it would require the same jaw. And that's the only reason it has teeth in here. Anyway, it has the beak up here, which is painted a different color than the rest of the face. Then we have some blue and some maroon kind of under the eye. I like this slit there. It makes it kind of menacing. Then we have the feather patterns on top of the head and on the side, going down the side of the body. We have a stripe kind of like the Indoraptor that also goes down the body, and the only difference between the gray on the tail is the stripe there. All the rest of the tail is just pure gray, which is annoying. They could have like tan, but did they want to? No, they're lazy. Anyway, the same raptor feet, solely because they don't make new parts as often as they can. They really like reusing things because Lego does Lego, and that's just how they are. Then we have the arms, which are brand new. We have, like, it's excessively wide, but that's so that it can attach on all 3 fingers, which are then in turn 2 separate pieces that attach together. And so these can swing and slash things, which is pretty cool. So I can just slash, slash, slash. And then the fingers, of course, are movable from here all the way up against the body. Well, I mean up against the arm. So they have a very wide range of motion. And to make it look the coolest, I like having them spread out like this. Like that. So it's like slashing something, I don't know. And then like the other one, I like keeping the arm down with its fingers slightly folded. And then it also has like these feather kind of thing going on in the neck and on the arms here, which is pretty cool. With the spikes in the back, same as the Indoraptor, of course. And that's why it has them. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we have the Giganotosaurus, which is the biggest Lego dinosaur ever made. It is quite a bit longer than the T-Rex, is about 2 inches longer. And of course, it has the same Indominus Rex head. It has the T-Rex claws, T-Rex legs, Indominus tail. The only new piece here is the body, which is funny. You can see. Copyright 2020, the Lego Group. And the reason it is 2020 is because, first of all, they always are a year before they come out is when they're copyrighted. And second of all, the movie was supposed to come out a year ago. So and the Legos were made back then, like a year before. So these sets have been planned for like 2 years now, and they finally released in April. But anyway, and they did a really crappy job on printing. This right here is the best print on the entire thing. This leg is perfect. This, as you can see, is very not perfect. It's not good at all. This one is okay. The ones on that side of the head are okay. On this side of the head, you can see orange sticking out from under. On this leg, you can see it's not perfectly in line there. And then here, it's just really terribly done. It just, yeah, you can see the black is just totally screwed over there. But it's still a really good dinosaur. Has a nice sail on the back. However, these spines should be farther forward. It should be like this and then down. but they decided to move it back farther, which is fine, but it's just weird. It's still really cool, and it's like pretty thin on top, and then it moves down to be wider as the place going, of course. Then it switches out from the narrow spines back to the bigger generic ones of the Indominus tail. And the weird thing is they decided we don't want any black right here. We just want to have a weird pattern here, which sucks because it would have been cooler if we had black going all the way over here like the T-Rex, in terms of like it stops right about here and all that's black, and then we have this going on. But because I just don't like it going from the black to the green immediately, and then it's just kind of weird. Painted claws. Then we have the Indominus head here. New eyes, I think. I haven't paid enough attention to the last Indominus or the first one. I don't know. It might be. I know it's not equal to the last one. It might be the same as the first Indominus, but I don't know. Then we have the jaw that, like I said, has 2 clicks. 1, 2. And that's the dislocated mode. And that's somewhat normal. It'd be like somewhere in between, like this is normal dislocation. The head is a little bit too wobbly. You can't, if I do this, you can see it. It just wobbles too much. You can't really tell when I do this unless I were to slow it down. But anyway, it just, yeah. If I set this down, you can see more. I hold the body still. The body's still moving a little bit, but you get the idea. The head is very loose. The legs, you can hear that. It's like this is the leg shaking. They still click just fine, but they're very loose, and I don't like that. At least they sound loose, and they move like this without even clicking. So I don't like that at all, neither do my friends, but I don't know. I feel like they just quickly got this done. They didn't want to actually spend much time on the production. Like, just the paint job is crappy, the head bobs, and the legs are loose. And they just could have done a better job. But anyway, then we have the black spines on top of the head, and then the rest of it is just the same as, I mean, it's technically still the same as the Indominus on the whole thing. But what I mean is just solid color here. Then we have the black here, but like it should have been the whole top is black. That would have been cooler, honestly, or at least like starting here black and then it leads into the black here. We have the nice stripe patterns, kind of some spots going across the body. And yeah, I can put a T-Rex here for comparison. We'll take Rexy. And here we go with them being, actually let me line up the head. Here we go with them being the size comparison. They're much different. And then lastly, we have this, which is not official Lego, but I thought I would include it for the video just because the Mosasaurus is in the movie, and we need to have a Lego Mosasaurus. This is the closest we have. So its tail is movable side to side. The flippers can move back and forth. Same with the front ones. Then the mouth is spring-loaded. Then we have this very detailed body with texture. You can see the spines on the back, and kind of like corn on the cob on the sides. Then the head, well, the body has a plate here where you can attach something onto. Then we have the studs on top. The head swivels around in a 360. And yeah, there we have the Mosasaurus. And of course, no painted teeth. You can see on the inside it has kind of a pattern going on in there. It's like actually textured if you feel it. And surprisingly, it doesn't hurt when it's on your finger. And the advertising shows it on your finger, but it doesn't hurt at all. Like you would think it would because of, but no, it does not. Which is weird, but yeah. Anyway, so there we have the Mosasaurus. And that is the end of the video. That is all the dinosaurs. from this year, at least so far. We might get Camp Cretaceous sets later in the year, which would be nice. We still have like 4 spots missing, I think, which is possible that we'll get more sets. But anyway, here we have all of the Dominion sets from this year. And so, thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe.